nothing. So we never did anything all year or since the last show to prep for this. So are we going to make height and weight? We'll have to wait and see.
This Mike Sommerfeld controversy really needs to be studied because honestly, I've never seen a athlete. I mean, maybe back in the day with Jeremy Buendia with all the drama and all the abuse stuff and just everything he was involved in, and maybe portions of Phil versus Kai and how Phil Heath reacted online to guys like Louis Marco. But this is just on another level of just heat and drama surrounding one competitor. Mike Sommerfeld, with his drama of his height. Is he 5'5"? Is he 5'4"? Is he 5'10"? Is he 5'9.5"? Like, what is the guy's height? Because it matters a lot. It matters in the sense of classic physique. These guys are measured based off of their height, and they're allowed to weigh X amount. It's a big advantage being a taller guy because you weigh more. But when you're shorter in stature, but you're measured wrong, and you can just weigh more coming in looking like a freaking bodybuilder or 212 guy, how is that fair to the other guys who are measured correctly and are of the same height, of the same and correct weight? It's like Nick Walker, which, I mean, it's such a big, massive discrepancy between someone like Nick and Mike, but just follow along. So like Nick Walker, obviously his height, he would probably weigh, let's say, maybe 201, 195 or so. Like he's probably the same height as like Breon. And I know Breon, his cap is 195. Nick is freaking 280. So measuring Nick wrong, if you were to try to compete in classic physique, 280, he'd have to be measured wrong at like freaking 6'3" or something, being at a height of 5'6", 5'7". Obviously, this is a ridiculous comparison, but you get what I mean. Like, it's a big advantage, the amount of muscle you can carry when you inaccurately measure someone's height. Now, Neil Yoda Hill is the coach of Mike Sommerfeld, and he's actually incredibly pissed off because they're going to do this whole remeasuring thing, and he doesn't feel like it's fair because last year's Olympia, they said this is going to be the last time they measure all the guys. Here now, a week before the Olympia, the IFBB puts out a statement saying that we're going to remeasure them all again. Well, why did they do that? Because the amount of drama, the amount of controversy, but also the amount of evidence as well, because we have Mike in the past, freaking goof, man. Like Mike in the past, just like putting all of his stuff out there saying that they measured him at like 171 centimeters, but he's actually 170 centimeters. But then he's allowed to weigh 212. So if he's allowed to weigh 212, that means they're measuring him at 175. So what is it? Is he 175 centimeters being 5'9.5", or is he 171, which was the previous, I think, 2023 measurement and 2022 measurement? Or is it the actual height that he said himself, 170? Like, what is his height? We don't know. We're going to find out because they're going to remeasure all these guys. It's going to be live. There's not going to be no way to deceive this or nothing. Barefoot. And what they need to do is just have the little measuring stick, push that all the way down on the top of their head, because these guys are also measured by their hair as well. All these guys seem like, the IFBB, like whoever's measuring these guys, I don't know like what the thought process is, but hair or not is not a factor of how tall you actually are, because we all can inflate our height by our hair. Like if someone has long hair and they pin it up in a high man bun, you can go from 5'10" to 6'1" just from the extra inches of your hair. Does that make you 6'1"? No. It means you have a lot of hair. The second you put the hair down or cut it off, like your real height's going to be revealed. So they need to just push it down on top of their heads so that we can get an accurate measurement. Or, just have a criteria to where, it might be ridiculous. It might be dumb, but like everyone come with a shaved head just this one time so we can actually get everyone's measurements. Just have everyone have the requirement. Obviously, you need to be in shape. You need to be conditioned. You need to be lean. You need to be whatever. Come with a shaved head. There's no room to misconstrue a shaved head. No socks, no little cups on the bottom of your foot to give you a bit of elevation from your heel or whatever. Just come as is and let's measure you. You can grow your hair for the future, and we don't have to remeasure you because there's no way that this can be measured inaccurately. You have no hair. Ridiculous, obviously ridiculous, but they need to get this right. Now, I know Neil Yoda Hill, I mean, he's very upset and he's making all these posts and stuff. And he went on.
Because we spent 6 months prepping for the show, 6 months to make weight.
And the
Not
week
six,
before they
and
changed
then,
the rules.
and the thing is, why did they change the rules? How can you justify changing something last minute?
A week before.
A week before. A week before, seriously.
On Brazilian page, I guess he didn't go on there, but a Brazilian blogger something interviewed him, and he just like let it all out, saying how this is unfair. And they said this last year. They measured all the guys, saying that this is the last time they're going to do this. But then a week out of the show, they come back again, saying that we have to remeasure everyone. And this entire time, they've been prepping, leading up to the show with the expectation of coming in at 212. Him coming in at 212, though, means he's measured at 5'9.5". So, yes, like, I understand his frustration in a sense of you prepare, literally 6 months out of the year for this one weight limit, because this is the limit was given last year based off of the measurements that the IFBB took last year, Olympia. A week before the show, we've been prepared to make 212. So Mike could have been like 217 a week ago, and they're trying to land the plane to land him at 212. But then this comes out and they panic because it's like, well, shit. Are they going to remeasure us and they're going to measure us shorter than we actually are? Because if that's the case, we can't make 212. We have to go down to 204. So now they have to come down from, let's say, 217, not to 212, but 204. But at the end of the day, though, if he really is 5'9.5", then why is this a problem? Like, why is there a lot of heat and animosity? If he is legitimately 5'9.5", legitimately, then why is there a lot of animosity? Why is there just like this rage? Because you have to know that, okay, maybe he's not 5'9.5" because he's not 5'9.5. You've known in the past that he was measured at this height and he's coming in. Obviously, the IFBB has a bit of fault here measuring his hair last year, which is completely ridiculous. But you guys know what his height is. You guys understand what his height is. And you should know that, we really should be coming in at 204 instead of 212. Granted, yes, last year the IFBB said that we're not going to remeasure these guys and this is going to be the official height moving forward. And then a week later, they come out and say they're going to remeasure everyone again. Like, I'm not completely blaming them. It's not like they measured themselves. But at the end of the day, they're trying to get it right. They're trying to get it right based off of all the controversy that's happening online. They're trying to get it right based off of everything that's happening with just, the negativity, the drama. The IFBB is getting a lot of heat based off of you guys are bringing in these athletes who are way above their weight cap because you were hiding them wrong. And they have a big advantage over guys like Logan Franklin, Terrence Rucker, like the guys who are actually coming in at their weight limit, Breon Ainsley. Some of these guys are way too freaking big in class. Like, how are they making weight? Like, we said it for years. How does Mike Sommerfeld make weight? Especially last year, like, he looked insane last year, like, in terms of size. The Arnold, he was just bigger than everyone else. Like, if you watch the Arnold and you watch the recap that Tyler Mannion did, Tyler's biggest thing in terms of an advantage towards Mike was that he just had a lot more size than Logan. Logan is not far from his weight cap either, but you can see the clear discrepancy of the size in the back, the size in the legs, the size everywhere. But Mike just has a lot more muscle. Does Mike have hollow bones or something, or is he measured incorrectly? So I understand the frustration of Neil. I understand the frustration of probably Mike as well, but we got to get this right. It's a big advantage having to, go from, 204 to 212. That's 8 pounds of stage weight. You know how much 8 pounds of stage weight is on a body that is, in Mike's case, 5'7", 5'6"? It's a lot of freaking weight. It's a lot of freaking muscle versus coming down to 204, being a more streamlined physique, having less muscle, being more balanced compared to every other athlete. Like, it's just going to be a more fair playing field. So very frustrated, but absolutely necessary to reheight these guys live on stream so that there's no room to misconstrue nothing. Push that thing all the way down so that it touches their head and we're not measuring their hair, bro. Like, we need to get this right. Anyways, guys, quick video. Hope you enjoy it. I'll see you next time. Bye-bye.